Good day everyone. In this video, you will learn how to use the different drawing aids in AutoCAD. Specifically, setting grid and snap, setting the limits of a drawing, setting line weight, using Ortho Mode and polar tracking, using layers, using object snaps, using zoom tools, and panning your drawings. These different drawing aids will help you make your drawings in AutoCAD easier. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Sir Jonah's channel. Enjoy the video. So first of all, we will learn how to set up the grid and snap in AutoCAD. So there are two ways to set your grid. So first way is to click this grid mode icon here. The second way is pressing your F7 key on your keyboard, so that turns it off and on. The other one is the grid or snap mode setup. You can turn it on by clicking this icon here or just pressing F9 on your keyboard. So there you go. So the grid shows up already in the workspace area. You cannot see the snap mode yet, but I'll show it to you by setting a command. We'll try to use the line command. Any command will do. This will show up. It will snap on the grids. So let's try using the line command. So as you can see, my cursor is snapping into the grids. You can change the snap spacing and the grid spacing right here. So as of now, we'll try to look. So currently, this is my snap and grid settings. My snap spacing is 0.5 and grid spacing is 0.5. Major line every 5. So let's try to change this to 1 and see what happens. By the way, if you change one of this grid spacing X or Y, the other one automatically changes to the same. So let's try to set it to 1. So earlier it was set to 0.5, so my cursor was snapping directly onto the grid lines because my snap spacing and grid spacing were the same. Now my grid spacing is 1 unit and snap spacing is 0.5 units. So as you can see, it takes 2. There are 2 snaps before it goes to the next line, because the distance between here and here is 0.5 units in AutoCAD, and the distance between here and here is 1 unit in AutoCAD. So every 5 of 1 unit, we have a major line. So these thicker lines are major lines. If you want to change also the snap spacing, you can simply change it here. So let's try to set this one higher than the grid spacing. So let's try to use 2. Just like the grid spacing, if you change one of them, the other one changes to whatever you put on the other one. So we'll see here now that the grid snaps every 2 units or 2 lines in the grid now. So that is how you set up the grid and snap settings. So next we will learn how to use the limits or set up the limits of your drawing. First, I will set up the grid spacing here to 1 so you can better see what happens. Now we set up the limits. Specify the lower left corner. So let's try to set it up at origin, which is 0, 0. By the way, the origin is the corner where this red line here and this green line here meets. So this corner. So enter, press enter. Try to with we'll try to limit it to 2 comma 2, which should be this point, because the distance between this line and this lines is 1 unit, and this line and this line is 2 units. So let's try to limit it here to 2. The x is 2 and y is 2 units, so your zoom should be this area if you zoom all later. So let's try to limit that. Type Z on your keyboard to use the zoom. Then we type A, or just click this one here. So I usually use my keyboard mode. So type A, press enter. So right now you can see the grid lines. There are 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3, because your limit in the drawing is 2, 2, 0, 0, and 2, 2. If you change it again, so try to change the limits, type limits, press enter. Lower left corner, still the origin. We'll set the origin. We'll try to use 10 comma 10 right there. Z, enter, select all. So right now we have 2 major lines because we use the snap setting to every 5 units. So we have zoom all right now to 10 10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, wrong. We should start here because this is 0, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's the limit of our drawing. If we draw a line or anything beyond the limits of our drawing, so let's try to see what happens. Use the line command right here. Specify a first point. Let's start at the origin 0, 0 and try to make a big line. So 100, 100, the next point. So it's asking for the next point, not the length of the line. So press enter. The line command is still ongoing. If you want to stop it, you can either press escape on your keyboard or enter. So there. If we try to zoom now, say enter and all, you can see we have a zoom larger than our limits because we have a drawing beyond the limits. It will zoom out to all where there are drawings or all the drawing area. But if you erase it, erase this line, select it first, type E on your keyboard, which is erase. If you try to zoom it again, say enter, A, zoom all, A, enter. So it will go back to the limit that was set up previously, which was 0, 0 and 10, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how you use or set up the limits in your drawings. Next, we have the line weight settings or setup. So I will try to first change the line weights right now. So you can type L weight on your keyboard. So this command will show up. Press enter. We can change the line weight here. Let's try to use a thick line weight. So let's try to use this one, 2 mm, 2 millimeters. So okay, use the line command. So these two lines are set to 2 millimeters thick, but it doesn't show up in our drawings. Let's try to change the line weight again. Try to use 1 mm. This one. Use the line command again. This line, and this line will be 1 mm. Enter. So this line is 1 millimeter thick, and these lines are 2 millimeters thick, but it does not show up in our drawing. So we can show it by turning on the line weight here, but it doesn't show up. If the line weight is not here in the status bar, you can show it by pressing or clicking the customization button here and put a check mark on the line weight or click the line weight here. So right there. To show the line weight, to display it, you can just click here. So it has a shortcut which is written here, LW display. LW display. So you can turn it on. If you want to turn it off, just like that. Or you can just turn it on and off here. It's easier because the shortcut is too long to type. So customization, line weight here to make it show up in the status bar. So that's how you change and set up your line weights. So next we have Ortho Mode and Polar Tracking. So you can turn on Ortho Mode by clicking this icon right here or pressing F8 on your keyboard. So that turns it on and off. You can turn on the Polar Tracking right here by clicking this icon or pressing F10 on your keyboard. So first we'll see what happens if we turn on the Ortho Mode. Use the command line. Click anywhere. So if the Ortho Mode is on, our drawings is always locked on parallel to either the x-axis or the y-axis, or the drawings would always be either vertical or horizontal. So your drawing line is behaving like this. If you turn it off, so you can draw your lines anywhere. If you turn on the Polar Tracking, currently it is set up to 30 degrees every 30 degrees. What happens is every 30 degrees this green dash line shows up. So 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 and 90 degrees. You can change it by clicking the drop down here. If you want to change it to every 10 degrees, just like that, 0, 10, 20. By the way, the polar coordinate system always start at the parallel to positive x-axis. So meaning it will always start right here and always it rotates this way or counterclockwise. So if you use the polar coordinate system, it's it works like this. Starts parallel to the positive x-axis right here and rotates like this, which is counterclockwise. So you can also change it right here. Click the drop down, click tracking settings. If you want to show up every 1 degree, so just like that, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like that. So whatever you need, you can change it right here, just like that. So next we have layer properties. Layer properties is used to quickly change the line type, the line thickness, and other properties of your lines in your drawings. So you can create a layer by clicking this or typing LA on your keyboard. Then the same window shows up. So creating a layer, you just click this new layer. So for example, I want this layer to be used in drawing columns, so I can just name it columns. So also I want to create a layer for my dimensions, so dimensions. So if I want to easily distinguish my columns from my dimensions, I can just change the color here. Just click this one, then choose whatever color you want. So for example, I want to use green, so right there. You can change the line type right here. Click, then click load when this window shows up. Choose the line type you want to use for that layer. So I'll leave it as it is because my columns are continuous lines. So line weight right here, you can change it here. So let's just try to change the line type of this one, the dimensions. Not necessary that you will do this to your dimensions layer, but I'm just using it as an example how to change the line type. So click load. So for example, I want this layer to be a dash line, so I just click this, then click OK. Change the layers line type to dash, then click OK. So now this layers line type is now dash lines. So that's how you create a layer. If you want to make the layer as the current layer as of now, if we draw a line, the layer is still the 0. If you want to change it to column layer, just click column right there. If you draw a line, the line's properties is already the property we set up for the column layer. So next, if we try to use dimensions, draw a line, so there it is, dash lines. So that's how you make and create a layer and make it the current layer. So for example, if you want to delete a layer, just open the layered window again, type LA or click this button here. So type LA, press enter. For example, I want to delete the dimensions layer because there are no lines which use this layer, so it's just it can be deleted. So just click the layer. So for example, dimensions layer, then click here, delete layer. So the selected layer was not deleted because it is the current layer. So we must change the current layer for now. So try to make it to column. Then open the layer window again. Now we can delete it. Just like that. Also, you can change the current layer through this layer window. Just double click the layer you want to use. So for example, I want to use this layer. Double click here. And now I want to use this layer. Just double click here. So it's already the current layer because it has the check mark on it. So that's how you create a layer. So next one, we have object snaps and object tracking. So for example, I want to draw a line which will start here. I want to continue drawing this set of lines. So I'm using this line. Try to start here. But if I zoom in on here, let's try to zoom. Window, W. So as you can see, the line did not start exactly at the endpoint. So the use of the object snap, we turn this on. It is used to make sure that it will snap onto the endpoint or whatever specific snapping point you have selected to be active. So for example, I want it to snap here. So if I zoom in, I'm sure that it will snap at the endpoint. Even if I try to make a drawing, try to snap it right here, as it is zoom out like this, it will always snap if the object snap tool is turned on. So object snap shortcut is F3, so you can turn it on and off by pressing F3 on your keyboard. Next is object tracking. It can be turned on and off by clicking this button or pressing F11 on your keyboard. So object snap, not necessarily just the endpoint. Currently my object snap is turned on endpoint, midpoint, center, node, quadrant, intersection, and tangent. These are the object snapping tools I usually use. You can turn them on and off by clicking this drop down. If you want the tangent snap to be turned on, just click here. If it has a check mark on it, it's already on. For example, I want to turn on the nearest, so just click. So most of the time I usually only use endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection, and tangent. So for specific drawings, I turn on other snapping tools. So that's how you use the snapping tools. Next one is the object snap tracking. For example, it works just like this. I want to draw a line. I want to draw a line that starts right above this point. So Object tracking does not work if the object snap you want to track it from is not turned on. So for example, I want to start a line in the intersection of this line. If I project a line here and a line here, so object snap tracking are these green dash lines which track horizontally and vertically from a specific object snap. Just like this. So if I want to snap it from the midpoint, above the midpoint right here, so I'm still in the line command. So I want to track it from here to the crossing from this endpoint. So I can just track it like that, or like this. So that's how you use the tracking. It doesn't work if you turn the object snap off. Wait. So it has nothing to track from. Doesn't work if the object snap is off. If I turned off the endpoint snapping, it doesn't. Wait. The intersection is on. Wait. Nothing shows up, only the midpoint, because it's turned on. So next we have the zoom tools. There are 4 ways to access the zoom tool. So first one is right here. You can choose whatever zoom you want or what you need for your drawing. So the next one is typing Z on your keyboard. So it shows whatever zoom you want. You can choose just like the options right here. Same options if you type Z on your keyboard. The next one, it can be seen if you show the menu bar. So my menu bar is already right here. But if your menu bar is not there, you can show it by clicking this, then clicking show menu bar. So right here, the zoom is located here. So the options right here are the same here and the same from typing the Z key on your keyboard and pressing enter. The last one is just scrolling your mouse upward and downward. So that's how you use the zoom tools. The uses of the zoom tools, the specific uses of these ones are discussed on your modules. So last one, we have panning your drawings. Just like the zoom tools, it has 4 ways to be accessed. First one is right here. So just click this icon. Then you can already pan on your drawings. Just like this. If you want to stop panning, just press escape or enter on your keyboard. The next one is typing letter P on your keyboard and then pressing enter. So it's already on pan command. So you can already start panning in your drawings. To stop panning, same, you either press enter or escape on your keyboard. The next one is located at the menu bar. Right here on view and then pan. So pan real time, just like this. The last one is pressing your middle mouse button then dragging. If you let go of your middle mouse button, it will automatically stop panning. There is no command used. So just like this, I'm pressing my middle mouse button. There is no command for pan, so I don't need to press enter or escape after I let go of my middle mouse button.